So is Dubai over? Is it finished? But what if not Dubai? If you are planning to buy real estate, if you are investing in property, then at the very least you need a backup option, or let's say diversification. If you own property in Dubai, I think that now, in 2026, you simply have to understand that you are obliged to invest part of your funds in other locations. If you wanted to buy real estate in Dubai in 2026, then now you have probably postponed that decision. And well, life doesn't stand still, so you are probably looking for what could serve as an alternative to Dubai. What other locations in the world as foreign real estate options are relevant for, let's say, Russians when it comes to investing in property? And that's what we'll talk about today. And spoiler alert, I'm in Thailand. Yes, maybe the views, let's say, won't immediately give away where I am, but I'm in Thailand on the island of Phuket in the Bang Tao area, specifically in the Laguna location. And this is the coolest place. The best real estate is right here. And what is the sign of wealth and luxury for us? Of course, it's the golf courses and wealthy Europeans who hang out here at the golf club. There's good networking here, or so the rumors say. This is in that very Bang Tao area where I myself have settled, where I live, and where I plan to sell real estate. The most prestigious properties in Phuket and all of Thailand. It's all right here. And all of this, I repeat, costs several times less than in Dubai and is in very high demand for rentals. People don't just come here for vacations or holidays, they also live here for half a year at a time. And that's also in high demand. So in fact, many people buy property here for themselves to live in and then rent it out during the periods when they're not living here. I've now moved to Thailand, to Phuket, planning to stay for half a year so that during this quiet period in Dubai, I can also, as part of diversification, study the Phuket market for myself. I've studied it thoroughly and immersed myself completely. Now I've already found local partners here who are strong in the market and who can help me level up my expertise so that I, relying on my partners, can also provide you with professional, competent services and expert consultations regarding the selection and purchase of real estate. And by the way, before I decided to move to Phuket, I did a poll in my stories where I mentioned several options for which areas, which foreign locations are the most relevant, if not Dubai. Well, what could we have there? Bali, Indonesia? Well, anyone who's been following the market knows that the last couple of years have been a complete mess. Developers being taken over, problems with paperwork, scams, investor fraud, and so on, and house demolitions. In Bali, of course, the market has cooled down a lot, and now it's just a minefield. What else? Turkey. Turkey is over. My colleague has been working in Turkey for the past 2 years. As far as real estate goes, Turkey is finished. We won't spend much time talking about the reasons. It's both crazy inflation, changes in demand, and some internal issues as well. So in reality, those who invested in Turkish real estate 2 or 3 years ago have suffered losses of about 30 to 50%. What else? Well, Cyprus, Mauritius, those are very niche stories. European destinations like Spain as well. I'm not quite as intimately familiar with these specific markets, and it seems to me they're not exactly considered mainstream options yet. But Phuket, at this particular moment in time, it could really become a new safe haven for international investors. Thanks to the fact that Thailand is a remarkably consistent and stable country, their currency is very stable, they have clear legislation, and when it comes to real estate, you can feel quite secure here. Here in Phuket, huge amounts of money are being invested in infrastructure. By the way, the first time I was here was 8 years ago. I was also here 3 years ago, and even back then I started to study this market. And I can see over time how things are changing, how everything here is becoming more civilized, how it's getting more beautiful, and how the construction quality is really impressive. I've already managed to visit some properties, developers, villas, and apartments. And I can say that it looks impressive even to my picky eye as a Dubai broker. I lived and worked in Dubai's real estate market for 4 years. I'm very particular, and it's hard to impress me. But here, guys, honestly, nothing really surprises me that much, except, of course, the nature and this amazing air. The temperature here is great, the humidity is perfect, and it's like this all year round. There really isn't such a pronounced seasonality here as there is in Dubai. We were just at the golf courses, and the grass there grows without artificial irrigation. And instead of sandy dunes all around, there are jungles and forests. These big trees, unlike in Dubai, don't have tubes running to them. Everything here won't dry out unless maybe a drone flies in and hits a power station. Dubai has shown itself to be a very fragile city. It only took a few drones crashing into buildings for people to start fleeing Dubai in panic. Obviously, this is temporary. Naturally, everything will be restored. But how will this shake Dubai? How much will it affect life in the city, business in the city, Dubai's reputation, and the real estate market? And isn't it possible that now, due to the outflow of investors, in a year we might find some unfinished projects, some frozen construction sites? That could also happen. Nevertheless, I think Dubai will recover, but it will take time, so as not to waste time. And since I need to keep you entertained with content to show and tell you about new cool projects, I will now be doing this here in Phuket, Thailand. It's going to be very interesting. Stay tuned for my episodes. If you are an investor, if you are planning to buy real estate, this will be especially interesting for you because Dubai is still, well, everything is on pause for now, my friends. In the upcoming videos, you can expect breakdowns of what's happening in the Phuket and Thailand markets. What about documents and paperwork? Who is actually investing here and why? What is driving Thailand's economy? What is fueling Phuket's development? And why is the airport already overwhelmed and unable to handle the load, prompting plans to double its capacity? We will talk about all of this. I'll be filming great travel content and reviews of excellent projects for you, only those I can truly stand behind. I will be very selective and careful in choosing properties to review for you. So of course, subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Every day on my Instagram, I'll be sharing stories about Phuket and Thailand through my eyes, again with my critical perspective shaped by the standard of living I had in Dubai and the kind of real estate I sold there. Naturally, I'll have things to critique here, and I'll approach it with a dose of skepticism and criticism. That's why I think you'll find it interesting to follow along. This was Daniil. Now it's Daniil talking about Phuket. See you next time.